Guys, what's up? Today I come to you with my weekly review of Gintama the manga, and in this chapter's 581, it continues with the backstory of Kagura's family and how it fell apart, and it's just like it was something that started so simple, but at the same time you knew it was going to break apart, and it's just like each week it just gets sadder by the second, just seeing how this family and how they came together and finding out, what it was all about, their condition, and why the mother was sick, why Coco was sick, and why their father Umibozu had to leave, and why Kamui is always searching for strength. And seeing this chapter, if the other chapters have not confirmed what you were thinking, then this chapter just definitely proved that point. And we see where Coca is slowly but surely dying, as we've seen in the other chapters, simply because they refer to her as a flower. And if you remove a flower from its soil, from where it's fertilizing, then that flower eventually will die. And because they removed her from the old Yato planet that the members of the Yato clan used to reside on, and that same planet that had the powers of the Altana on it, that's how she was able to stay alive. She was basically immortal. So my guess is that she is possibly far more older than Umibozu before he, found out about her and everything about this planet and such. So eventually when he probably found out, possibly she is far more older than what she physically appears to be. So her being on that planet, being immortal, and then you take her off, she's not like Yutsuro, which I'm guessing he already has the power. He's born from the Altana power, so that's why he's able to stay alive for so long. She had to survive when the planet was dying, and in order to survive she had to stay there and eat whatever was on the planet to provide for her. So him taking her away, not because he wanted to do it out of selfish reasons, because they did end up falling in love. And Coca, she did not argue against that, knowing that if she left that planet, she would eventually die. But she never said anything. She never tried to argue or anything. She just followed Umibozu across the galaxy and finally settled down to have a family. And we see where Kamui is like he's self doubting himself and second questioning his father's motive on, like, you're always leaving. But the reason Umibozu was leaving is because he was trying to find ways in trying to help his wife to get better. But we all know that if they were to get her better, she has to be back on that planet. But Coca explained that there was a possibility that the planet already died out, so that's why she never went back on that planet and stayed where she was and slowly died. And poor Kagura, not knowing really what's going on because she was really young at the time when her mother died, she had to witness a lot of sadness in her life. Her mother dying and her father and her brother walking out of her life. I mean, that had to be very tragic for Kagura growing up. And that's why she's so attached when it comes to family and such. So Kamui, especially for him, seeing how genuinely he loves his mother, is especially heartbreaking because he knows what's going on. He's not a dumb child, and he sees what's happening to his mother. And at the same time, he's putting blame on his father, saying, "If it wasn't for you, our mom would not be dead." And he's trying to take her back, but she's telling him, "I'm glad that I had you two." And Umi both explains to Kamui, saying, even if we weren't to meet, if it wasn't at this same course, it would still lead up to that same fate. They probably would still end up meeting, and they still would end up having these children, and the same would fate would befall on Coca. So this is the chapter where we saw Kamui actually meeting Holson. As we know, Holson was also his teacher who taught him how to become stronger. Kamui is finally has made his mind, made his decision to finally go off and find a way to be strong, not to protect his family, but to detach from his family and in a way to try to save her. And because he couldn't save her, in a way, he's in this self destructive path of continuously searching for power, for strength. And if it means wiping out the last remains of his family, then he will do so. And we conclude with the chapter him lunging at Kagura, and they made a panel next to it showing of the past when he was lunging at his father. Remember, he lost his father the first time that they matched up, and now he's going to do the same. But the possibility of him killing Kagura, it's very high. because I don't know if Kagura is truly that strong enough to face against her brother, seeing how her brother has these strong emotions and all of these things tied to the past and his family. So let's see by next week how Kagura will face up to hearing all of this news. And I think it's going to be a shock, and it's not going to be able to bring out her full potential in order to stop Kamui. So all this information she's hearing is going to shock her, and she may end up losing the battle against Kamui. And then we have the fight with Yutsuro and Umibozu still going on in the background. So that was basically it. Another sad chapter for Kagura and her family history. We know what happened to Koka, she died. We know what happened to Kamui, he left and such, and it's just a really tragic family history for them. So we don't know if Kagura is gonna really snap her brother out of it, or she's just gonna end up losing more people than she can count. So do tell me in the comment section below, what do you think on this week's chapter of Gintama, chapter 581? Were all your thoughts on it like linking up to what happened when they showed us flashbacks of it early in the series? Were you always guessing that this was going to be their fate? Is someone going to die? Or no one is going to die? Do tell me that. What do you think your predictions are for the next chapter? I love to hear them. The links are in the description box so you guys could click on those. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.